Today I am going to explain about the medium transmission line. Okay, basically the transmission lines are classified into three types depending upon the length of the transmission line. It will be classified into three types. Okay, first one is the short transmission line, second one is the medium transmission line, and third one is the long transmission line. Okay, in previous classes I am discussing about the short transmission line and what is the equivalent circuit diagram for the short transmission line and how to draw the phasor diagram, and also we calculate the efficiency and voltage regulation of short transmission lines, and also we solve some of the problems in the case of a short transmission lines. Okay, now in present class I am discussing about the medium transmission line. Okay, first what is meant by medium transmission line? The length is greater than the 80 kilometers. Okay, the transmission line length is greater than the 80 kilometers, then it is known as the medium transmission line. Okay, next coming to the contents of present class, that is first one is the introduction to medium transmission line. That means what is meant by the medium transmission line and what are the parameters are to be added in the case of a medium transmission line. That all will be discussed in this first topic. Next one is the classifications of medium transmission line. What are the types of a medium transmission lines that will be discussed in this topic. Next one is the end condenser method. Okay, this is the one of the method in the case of a medium transmission line. Okay, this is the first method in the case of a medium transmission line, that is the end condenser method. Okay, what is meant by the end condenser method, how it is called as the end condenser method, and what is the equivalent circuit diagram of the end condenser method, and how to draw the phasor diagram for end condenser method, and what is the voltage regulation and efficiency of this end condenser method. Okay, that all the topics will be discussed in the present class. Okay, first introduction to the medium transmission line. Okay, first one is the introduction to the medium transmission line. First, what is meant by the medium transmission line? The transmission line having its length greater than the 80 kilometers. Okay, the length is greater than the 80 kilometers and voltages are also above 20 kilovolts. The length is greater than the 80 kilometers and voltages is also above 20 kilovolts. Then it is considered as the medium transmission line. Okay, the length less than the 80 kilometers and below the 20 kilovolts voltage, then the transmission line is known as a short transmission line. Okay, the length is less than the 80 kilometers and voltage is below the 20 kilovolts. Then the transmission line is known as a short transmission line. Okay, next coming to the medium transmission line, the length is greater than the 80 kilometers and also the voltage is above the 20 kilovolts. Then the transmission line is known as the medium transmission line. Sorry, in that we represents the short. Okay, that will be replaced by the medium transmission line. Okay, it is known as the medium transmission line. In medium transmission line, the capacitance is taken as the lumped elements. For easy calculations, the capacitance is taken as the lumped element. Okay. Next, depending upon the capacitance connection, depending upon the connection of the capacitance, the medium transmission line is divided into three parts. Okay, that is, first one is the end condenser method. Okay, depending upon the connection of this capacitance, the medium transmission line is classified into three types. Okay, that is, first one is the end condenser method, next one is the nominal T method. It is also called as the middle condenser method. Okay, next last one is the nominal pi method or a split condenser method. Okay, depending upon the connection of the capacitance, we are divided into three types. Okay, that is the end condenser method and nominal T method or middle condenser method. Next one is the nominal pi or the split condenser methods. Okay, next coming to the equivalent circuit diagram. In the case of a short transmission line, only the affected parameters are the resistance and the reactance. R and X are the effective parameters. The capacitance value is neglected in the case of a short transmission line. Okay, but in the case of a medium transmission line, the capacitance value will be added. If the length of the transmission line is increased, then automatically the capacitance value will be added. But for the easy calculations, the capacitance is considered as a lumped parameters. Okay, lumped parameters. For easy calculation, the capacitance is replaced by lumped one. Okay. This is the equivalent circuit diagram of a end condenser method. First, what is meant by the end condenser method? Okay, basically depending upon the connection of the capacitance, the medium transmission line is divided into three types. Okay, that is, first one is the end condenser method. Okay, in that name we are having the end. Okay, in that name we are having the end. End means the at the end of the circuit diagram or at the receiving side we are connecting the capacitance value. At the receiving side we are connecting the capacitance value. Okay, this is the end of the transmission line. In that we are connecting the capacitance C. Then it is known as the end condenser. In that name we are having the end. End means the at the end of the transmission line we are connecting the capacitance. At the end of the transmission line or at the receiving end of the transmission system we are connecting the capacitance value. Okay, then it is known as the end condenser method. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit diagram for the end condenser method. Okay, this is the Vs sending end voltage. While giving the sending end voltage to this transmission line, the sending end current Is is flowing through these parameters at this transmission line. Is is the sending end current. Okay, then R is the resistance and XL is the reactance, inductive reactance. Next, coming to this sending end current, at the junction point this current is divided into two parts. Okay, coming to the receiving end side, the sending end current at the junction point at the node by applying the KCL. What is the KCL? The the entering currents will be equal to the leaving current. What is the KCL? The entering currents is equal to the leaving current. Okay, what is the entering current at this node? The entering current at this node is the IS. The entering current at this node is the IS. Therefore, IS is divided into two currents, and that means the entering currents will be equal to the leaving currents. IR and IC are the leaving currents. Okay, the IR and IC are the leaving currents. Okay, where IC is the current flowing through this capacitance and this IR is the receiving end current, and then VR is the load voltage, receiving end voltage. VR is the receiving end voltage. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit diagram of a end condenser method. First of all, what is meant by end condenser method? Depending upon the connection of the capacitance, the medium transmission line is divided into three types. Okay, that is the first one is the end condenser method. In that name we are having the end. Okay, end means at the end of the transmission system we are connecting the capacitance value C. Okay, at the end of the transmission system we are connecting the capacitance C. This is the capacitance C that will be connected at the end of this transmission line. Okay, then the Vs is the sending end voltage. While giving the sending end voltage to the transmission line, the sending end current Is is flowing through this line. Is is the sending end current that is flowing through this transmission line. Next, R and XL is the resistance and inductive reactances. The resistance and inductive reactances of this transmission line. Okay, next at the node point, the sending end current apply KVL at that junction point or the node point. What is meant by KVL? The entering currents will be equal to the leaving currents. What is the entering current? IS. Okay, IS is the entering current. Therefore, the IS current is equal to the leaving currents. What is the leaving currents? That is the IR and IC. IR is the receiving end current and IC is the capacitive current, the current flowing through the capacitance, then it is known as the IC. Okay, next VR. VR is the receiving end voltage. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit diagram of a end condenser method. Okay, next coming to the in this method, the capacitance of the line is assumed to be lumped one. Okay, in this method, the capacitance of the line is assumed to be lumped one. For the easy calculations, okay, for the easy calculation, the capacitance value is taken as lumped parameters. Okay, next one is the R and X. R and X is represents the resistance and inductive reactance to the neutral, and C is the capacitance per phase of the line. Okay, next one is IC. Okay, IC is the capacitive current. IC is the current flowing through the capacitance. Next one is the VR is the receiving end voltage to the neutral, and VS is the sending end voltage to the neutral, and IS is the sending end current. IS is the sending end current. Okay, these are all the equivalent parameters in the case of a end condenser method. Okay, next coming to the phasor diagram for end condenser method. Okay, coming to the phasor diagram for end condenser method. Okay, taking VR. VR means the receiving end voltage as a reference. Okay, taking VR as a reference vector. Okay, that is denoted by the A. At an angle of phi r, the IR lags the phi r. Okay, at an angle of phi r. Next, the IC current is at an angle of 90 degrees. Then mention the point D. Okay, and this is the F. By adding these two vectors, then it is represented as the sending end current. Okay, as represented as the sending end current. Okay, by projecting this sending end current to a point, by projecting this sending end current to a point, then it is the ISR due to the resistive drop, due to the resistive drop in the sending end. Okay, next one is the, at that point is the B. That point is the B. At that point we are taking the sending end reactance drop, that is the ISX, at an angle of 90 degrees, that is at an angle of 90 degrees. Okay, the vector sum of this A, B, C points is the ISZ, that is the impedance drop. Okay, that is the impedance drop. By adding the impedance drop to the receiving end, then we obtain the sending end voltage. By adding the receiving end drop, we obtain the sending end voltage Vs. Okay, the angle between the Vs and Is is the phi s. The angle between the Vs and Is is the phi s. Next, the angle between the Vs and Vr is the phi 1, and also the angle between the Vr and the Is is the phi 2. Vr and Is is the phi 2. Okay, this is the phasor diagram for the end condenser method. Okay, this is the phasor diagram for the end condenser method. Okay, next again I discuss once again. Okay, this is the receiving end, taking Vr as the reference, that is mentioned as the A, that is mentioned as A. At an angle of phi r, we draw the IR. IR is the receiving end current. At 90 degrees, we are taking the IC current, then by vector sum of this, then we are obtaining the Is, that is the sending end, that is the sending end. By projecting this Is, we obtain the ISR, that is the sending end resistive drop. At an angle of 90 degrees, we are obtaining the sending end reactance drop. By adding these vectors, then we are obtaining the sending end impedance drop, sending end impedance drop. By adding the sending end impedance drop to the receiving end voltage, then we obtain the sending end voltage Vs. Okay, the angle between the Vs and Is is the phi s. The angle between the Vr and Ir is the phi r. Vr and Ir is the phi r. Okay, next the angle between the Vs and Vr is the theta 1, and the angle between the Vr and Is is the theta 2. Okay, this is the phasor diagram for the end condenser method. Okay, next in the taking Vr as a reference phasor, that is OA. OA as the reference phasor. Okay, next IR lags behind the Vr by 90 degrees. IR lags behind the Vr by 90 degrees. Okay, that is represented by OD. Okay, next IC leads the receiving end voltage Vr by 90 degrees. IC leads the receiving end voltage Vr by 90 degrees. That is represented by DE. That is represented by DE. Next IS. That is represented by OE, that flows through the line and is the phasor sum of receiving end currents IR and the capacitive currents IC. At the junction point or node point, the sending end current is equal to the entering currents will be equal to the leaving currents. Okay, what are the entering currents? That is the IS. IS is equal to the, what are the leaving currents? IR and the IC. Therefore, IS is equal to the IR and the IC. IS is equal to the IR and the IC. Next, AB is the resistive voltage drop, ISR. Okay, the resistive voltage drop in the phasor diagram is the ISR. Okay, this is the in phase with the IS. This is in phase with the IS. Next, BC is the reactive drop. BC is the reactive drop, that is ISX. That is ISX. Okay, that leads by IS 90 degrees. Okay, that leads by IS by 90 degrees. Next, AC is the line impedance drop. AC is the line impedance drop, that is IS into Z. Okay, AC is the line impedance drop, that is IS into Z. Okay, next, OC is the sending end voltage Vs, that is the phasor sum of VR, ISR, ISX and phi S. Okay, the phase angle between the Vs and Is is the sending end phase angles. Okay, that determines the sending end power factor. That determines the sending end power factor. Okay, taking the receiving end phase voltage as the reference. Okay, taking the receiving end phase voltage as the reference phasor. We have VR equal to the VR into 1 plus J0. VR is the receiving end voltage. VR is equal to the VR into 1 plus J0. Okay. First, taking VR is equal to the VR into the 1 plus J0. Okay, the receiving end or the load currents are, the receiving end or the load currents are IR equal to the IR into cos phi r minus J sin phi r. Okay, IR is equal to the IR into cos phi r minus J sin phi r. Next, what is the capacitive current? Capacitive current means the IC. Okay, that is the current flowing through the capacitance. The current flowing through the capacitance, IC equal to J omega C VR. Okay, the current flowing through the capacitance is the IC. Therefore, IC is equal to the J omega C VR. J omega C VR. Okay, in that we represent the omega. What is the formula for omega? Omega is equal to the 2 pi f. Omega is equal to the 2 pi f. Then it is equal to J 2 pi f C into VR. C into VR. Next, coming to the sending end current. Okay, what is the sending end current? That is IS. At the node point or junction point, the sending end current is divided into two parts. Okay, the sending end current is divided into two parts. That is two parts, that is IC plus IR, where IC is the current flowing through the capacitance and IR is the receiving end current. Okay, therefore the sending end current is equal to the current flowing through the capacitance, that is IC, plus receiving end current, that is the IR. Okay, that is the IR. Next, substitute these values, substitute that values of IC and IR. Okay, in this equation where IC is equal to J2 pi FC VR. IC is equal to the J2 pi FC VR. Therefore, and IR is equal to the IR into cos phi r minus j sin phi r. IR into cos phi r minus j sin phi r. Okay, then substitute these formulas in this equation. Then we obtain IS is equal to the IR into cos phi r. Okay, this is the equation. IS equal to the IR into cos phi r minus j sin phi r. Okay, plus IC is the j 2 pi fc VR. IC is the j 2 pi fc VR. Okay, this is the sending end current. Okay, from the phasor diagram, the voltage drop in the line. What is the voltage drop triangle? That is the IS into Z. By adding the IS into Z value, that is the voltage drop due to the impedance. That is the voltage drop due to the impedance. That is the IS into Z. Okay, substitute the Z value. We already know what is the formula for Z. Z equal to R plus JX. What is the formula for Z? Is the R plus JX. Okay, substitute these values in the above equation. Then the voltage drop in the line is equal to the Vs. The voltage drop in the line is equal to the Is into R plus Jx. Is into R plus Jx. Okay, next from the phasor diagram, what is the formula for VR? VR is the receiving end voltage. Okay, from the phasor diagram, VR is equal to the receiving end voltage, or Vs equal to the VR plus, okay, Vs is equal to the VR plus Is into Z. Okay, Vs is equal to the VR plus Is into Z. Okay, this is the impedance triangle or drop triangle. By adding this drop triangle to this line, then we obtain the sending end voltage. Okay, then we obtain the sending end voltage. That is the Vs. Okay. Therefore, Vs equal to VR plus Is into Z. Vs is equal to the VR plus Is into Z. Then VR is equal to the VR into 1 plus J0. VR is equal to the VR into 1 plus J0. Okay, then we write down the sending end current, that is IC plus IR. What is the formula for IC? IC is equal to the J omega C VR. What is the value of omega? 2 pi fc. 2 pi fc VR IR. 2 pi fc VR IR plus IR into cos phi r minus j sin phi r. IR into cos phi r minus j sin phi r. Okay, this is the Is. Is is the sending end current. That Is is equal to the IC plus IR into Z. IC plus IR into Z. Next, percentage voltage regulation. Okay, next one is the percentage voltage regulation. Okay, we already well known about the voltage regulation. Okay, what is the formula for voltage regulation and what is meant by the voltage regulation? It is the ratio of sending end voltage to the receiving end by receiving end voltage into 100. Okay, this is the formula for the percentage voltage regulation. This is the formula for the percentage voltage regulation. And then efficiency of a transmission line, and then the efficiency of a transmission line. Okay, what is the formula for the efficiency? The formula for the efficiency is the power delivered to the load by power supplied from the supply end. Okay, power delivered to the load by power supplied from the supply end into 100. Okay, into 100. This is the formula for the efficiency of efficiency of any transmission line. Okay, what is the formula for power delivered? Power delivered means the PR, that means the receiving end power. What is the formula for power? We already well known about the formula of power. Power P equal to the VR IR cos phi R. Okay, by power supplied from the supply end. Power supplied from the supply end. Okay, the power supplied from the supply end is equal to power delivered to the load is equal to the power delivered to the load plus line losses. Okay, the power delivered to the load plus line losses. Okay, then we substitute the efficiency of a transmission line, that is efficiency of a transmission line is equal to the VR IR cos phi R. Okay, this is the power delivered to the load by power supplied from the supply end. What is the formula for power supplied from the supply end? Is the power delivered to the load plus line losses. Okay, what is the formula for power delivered to the load? That is VS, that is VR IR cos phi R. And what is the formula for line losses? The formula for line losses is the IS square into Z. Okay, in the case of a medium transmission line, we represent the line losses are the Z, IS square into Z. Okay, where VR IR cos phi R is the voltage, current and power factor at receiving end. VR IR cos phi R is the voltage, current and power factor at the receiving end, and VS IS cos phi S is the voltage, current and power factor at the sending end. VR is the receiving end voltage and IR is the receiving end current, and cos phi R is the receiving end power, and receiving end cos phi R is the receiving end power, and Vs is the sending end voltage and Is is the sending end current, and cos phi S is the sending end power factor. Okay, these are all the sending end and receiving end voltages and power factors of a medium transmission line. Okay, by using this phasor diagram, and equivalent circuit diagrams, okay, we obtain the efficiency and the voltage regulation of a medium transmission line and end condenser method. Basically, depending upon the connection of the capacitance, the medium transmission systems are divided into 3 types. Okay, depending upon the connection of a capacitance, the medium transmission line is divided into 3 types. That is the end condenser method. First one is the end condenser method. Okay, in that name we are having the end. End means that the capacitance value is connected at the end of the transmission line or the receiving end of the transmission line. Okay, that is known as the end condenser method. Okay, the capacitance value will be depending upon the capacitance value will be depending upon the length of the transmission line. Okay, if the length of the transmission line is increased, automatically the capacitance value, affected capacitance value is also increased. Okay, automatically the affected capacitance value is also increased. Okay, that is the end condenser method. Okay, by using the end condenser method, equivalent circuit diagrams and the phasor diagrams for the end condenser methods, by using these methods we derive the formula for the sending end voltage. Okay, we write the formula for the sending end voltage and also we determine the efficiency. Okay, by using the sending end, receiving ends and sending end and receiving end currents, okay, we determine the efficiency and voltage regulation of a end condenser method. Okay, what is meant by the voltage regulation? It is a difference between the sending end voltage to the receiving end voltage to receiving end voltage. Okay, that is Vs minus VR by VR into 100. Vs minus VR by VR into 100. Okay, that is the formula for the voltage regulation. Next we find out the efficiency of the end condenser method. Okay, what is the formula for efficiency? The formula for the efficiency is the power delivered to the load to the power supplied from the load. Okay, what is the formula for power delivered? We already well known about the power formula, that is VI cos phi I. VI cos phi I. Okay, what is the formula for power delivered? The formula for power delivered is the is the VR IR cos phi R. Okay, by VR IR sin phi R into 100 or VR IR sin phi R plus line losses, that is I square R losses. Okay, by using these various formulas of sending end voltage, receiving end voltage and sending end currents and receiving end currents, we calculate the voltage regulation and efficiency values in the case of a end condenser method. Okay, depending upon the connection of the capacitance, it is divided into three types. Okay, that is the end condenser method, nominal T or the middle condenser method. Next, third one is the nominal pi method or split phase condenser methods. Okay, by in that first method is the end condenser method that already discussed in this class. Next, in the coming class I am discussing about the middle condenser method, that is the nominal T method and nominal pi methods and also nominal pi method. Okay, this is the formula for voltage regulation and efficiency of a end condenser method. By using the equivalent circuit diagram and the phasor diagrams, the efficiency and the voltage regulation of a transmission line is easily calculated by using the phasor diagram and also by using the equivalent circuit diagram. We determine the voltage, we determine the sending end voltage, receiving end voltage and power factors, and also we determine the voltage regulation and efficiency of the end condenser method. Okay, this is the first type of a medium transmission systems. Okay, next two types are the nominal T method and the nominal pi methods. Nominal T and the nominal pi methods. Okay, that will be discussed in the that will be discussed in the next class. Okay, this is the efficiency and voltage regulation calculations for the medium end condenser method. Okay, this is the first type of medium transmission line. Basically, depending upon the capacitance connection, the medium transmission line is divided into three types. Okay, in that we discuss about the end condenser method in the present class. Okay, next in the coming classes I am discussing about the nominal pi method and also nominal T methods. Okay, nominal pi method and also nominal T methods, that all will be discussed in the next classes. Okay, thank you.